Yeah.
Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it. And it's like because they don't think you can do nothing they can't do.
Exactly, bingo.
Right? You know what I mean? It's like it's a lonely, scary, dangerous pursuit, and you got to be willing to risk everything to become that seed of what you believe is in there. You got to be fearless. You got to be relentless.
Hello, so this is only my second video, and I really wanted to post more after my first video, but I got lazy, I procrastinated, I forgot, and then a lot of life stuff got in the way when I was gonna start doing it again. So hey, we're back, so let's just focus on the here and now. So hello everybody. If you could not tell from the title, I am an artist. And recently, a lot has been on my mind in terms of goals for the future and my dreams. You know, I believe dreams are some of the most important things to humanity. Dreams slash goals slash aspirations, whatever you want to call it, it's still, relatively in the same category, the same motivation. Dreams can be, big or small, whether you just want to become a good parent, whether you want to become famous, whether you want to change the world in some way. Dreams are what keep people going, and that's why I believe they are very important to humanity. But the worst thing a dream can encounter is self-doubt. Your doubt, your anxiety, your fear of denial, and fear of rejection, they will be the downfall of you accomplishing your dreams. It's like Robert from one of my most recent favorite games, Dispatch, said.
Because there isn't a thing in the universe that goes more wasted than potential. And despite how common it is, no one seems to forget. It's what they whisper when you leave the room. Oh, so-and-so had so much potential. It follows you forever.
You know, you can have all the potential in the world, but that potential doesn't mean anything if you don't do anything with it. And believe me, I get it. It gets scary wanting to accomplish something. You're scared of what if it doesn't turn out good? What if things go bad? Go down the wrong path? And being an artist, there's ways that that could be good for you in life, but there's also a lot of ways it could land you crappy jobs, crappy life, not enough pay. So I know, trust me, I know it is scary. But you don't want to go down the what if path, the potential man, if you will, route of living. You may be thinking, I never really had a chance in the first place, so why try? Or things are already going downhill now, so why give it a go? But me, I'm not sure if I would say spiritual, but I like spiritual related stuff, time, space related stuff, all that. So I just think about, what if there is another life, another timeline, where you did accomplish this, you made it, but since you got cold feet, you got scared, you cut yourself off from that possible timeline, and now it's never gonna happen, and you would never know, because you were too scared to try. Let's keep it a stack. It's been like 2 weeks since I recorded that last part. But now that my mind is refreshed, I've had time to just relax, let me try to resonate with you in a way by, I guess, sharing my story. So check it. My dream is to become an animator and showrunner. Now, it didn't always start out like that. When I was younger, well, for being technical, the first dream I ever had was in preschool when I said that I wanted to become a dad, which is very adorable. But my real first dream happened somewhere around maybe elementary, middle school, where I was like dead set on making comics. That's what I wanted to do. I was very inspired by the TV shows I would watch, and since I was a little boy living middle class, I didn't just have the materials to animate. So the best way I could replicate the stories that I grew up watching was through comics. So all throughout elementary, middle school, and the first half of high school, I was like, yeah, this whole comics thing, this is my thing. Comics is my thing. You know, I was inspired by cartoons I grew up watching, by manga I read, anime I watched. You know, that was what I was dead set on. But I think somewhere around sophomore to junior year, I was thinking about it more, and I was like, dang, I really want a show made out of my comic. And I just kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And I was like, what would be the point if my main end goal is to just get a show out of it? I might as well just do it myself. And since then, since around maybe junior year, my dream has been to, you know, be an animator and showrunner. Now, for reference, I just graduated high school last year, so this isn't that long ago. My dream of being an animator technically has not been that long, but it is still in the same category of artistry and storytelling that I've always loved since I was a little boy. Now again, you know, I can relate. I'm very, very scared for my future, if I'm being honest. You know, I'm growing up, things aren't as easy. I gotta look out for myself more than I had to when I was younger. You know, making it in this world, especially with what's going on in America and just how everything is right now, shooting for the stars to achieve your dreams, it's a little nerve-wracking, if I'm being completely honest with you. But you know, I refuse to give up. You know, I refuse to give up. You know, I think the best solution for these nerves, I guess, to put your mind at ease, is to just step by step plan everything. You know, like, you don't have to have everything ready in advance. You don't have to have a 3-year plan, right? You don't even have to have a 5-month plan, which I know may sound crazy to some people, but really you don't. If you have something that would work out in the next 5 months, that's amazing. But just to even keep the load off of yourself, just to ease into it better, just to calm your nerves, I think the best option is to just plan what you're gonna do each week or that month. What is my goal to get done at least by the end of this month? Make things more easy for yourself, right? Like, for instance, for me, even though we're only in March, so much has already changed. And so it's just like, you can never predict the future. You never know what's going to happen, what's going to change, what your circumstances are going to be a week from now. Plan slower, plan more easier for yourself. Make things lighter on your back. But another thing I really want to get across is just like, I don't want you to rush yourself. I don't want you to, you know, put too much pressure on yourself, which is why I said this step-by-step plan. But at the same time, don't think you can make it there by also just doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to achieving your dream, you have to have the mindset of like you are thirsting in a desert and you need water bad. Even if you already have given up, I'm like, pick it back up. I don't know what it is. Maybe you used to love writing and then you just kind of fell out of it. You stopped. You know, maybe you used to be an athlete. You know, you broke something, you tore something, and you just never got back into it ever since you healed up. That doesn't mean anything. Get back into it. Reignite that spark that you had when you were younger. It's never too late. There's a movie I watched, I think about 2 years ago. I saw the TV Glow. You're probably familiar with it. And the allegory is far different, but it still is along the same lines, right? It's about a trans character who clearly isn't comfortable in their skin and basically ignores the signs and kind of just lives their life being someone they don't want to be. And even though it's a different circumstance, you know, it's transitioning rather than following your dreams. At the end of the day, that's basically what transitioning is. It's another dream, to live as your true self. So I think no matter what I'm talking about here today, that theme, that message still applies here now. I remember watching the trailer and the movie, obviously. I think it was written in chalk on the ground. the theme, the whole moral of the story, the main saying was, there is still time. And I want every single one of you to know that. And again, this is only my second video, so when I say every single one of you, it's probably like 4 of you watching this. But still, if this video can reach anybody, I want you to know there is still time. Never give up on your dream. Never give up on your passion. Never give up on yourself. Thank you for watching this video. I really like YouTube. I like YouTubers. And I really want to one day blow up and become a super mega rich YouTuber one day. So I'm gonna start posting more videos, and you might see more of me if you want to subscribe. So go ahead and do that, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Shut your fucking mouth! Nah, but yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video whenever I post that. Bye bye.